comes the Bronies Reactor's favorite part, the questions.
Oh.
What did you just watch?
My Little Pony, friendship is optional, I guess.
We watched season 6 finale of not Equestria Girls. It was My Little Pony.
Episode 102, Electric Boogaloo, Revenge of the background characters.
The long-awaited return of the Changelings.
The season 6 finale of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Race, where do I begin? I watched the sunrise over the mountains this morning. I watched a little bird flitter around the tops of the trees, looking for something, I don't know. I'm not a little bird. I watched a possum get hit by a car. I watched my child being born in another life. Cynthia, little Cynthia. I always hated that name, but my crazy ex-wife named her. What are you gonna do? I'm so glad that woman's out of my life.
What were your overall thoughts on the episode?
It was pretty dang good is what it was. Like, if you have every other episode of season 6, mixed opinions, everybody has mixed opinions on the season 6 episodes. These episodes were pretty damn good.
I'd say for 60-70% of it was a lot of fun.
Overall, I thought it was pretty good. And man, it was entertaining. I like that's one of my favorite tropes, seeing bad guys become good guys and then like take down other bad guys. So
I thought it was really cool. It was very fun to see like these secondary characters, as Q Discord put it, just having them go through this weird adventure with this massive handicap where they were pretty much all of them have like this magic that suddenly they're denied. So I really love seeing this ragtag group of characters just go through this new adventure that they never had to go through before.
I loved the whole mystery at the beginning, where we were trying to figure out why are the characters acting so strange and what's going on.
that was actually surprisingly enjoyable.
I enjoyed that. It was like super. It was the most relatable episode.
I was pretty mad about it, to be honest.
Yeah. Frankly, I don't like overalls. I'm more of a belt guy.
I mean, now to an extreme, where we've done it to essentially half, I guess, the Changeling army, or whoever's left with the Changelings.
Like, it started off real exciting. It was like, oh boy, here's another Changeling episode. We've been waiting for this. And then it's just died off. It was like,
I was pretty underwhelmed by it.
yeah. It was boring.
Definitely a great finale. Avoiding the main 6 gave me a slice of life vibe, but frankly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I love seeing the Changelings return. I love seeing more of Trixie and Discord, and Starlight's development was well paced. Everything came together nicely. Something feels different. I'm not sure if it's just a new style of writing or what.
Good characters, good choice of characters rather, because all of these are pre-established characters, and threw them into the fray, create an interesting situation, go, and it was well done.
Pretty good. I mean, overall, pretty good. There were some things I really liked about it, some things I was impartial to, and some things I just flat out didn't like. But overall, the good outweighed the bad, so I enjoyed it. I would watch it again, and I would show my friends.
There's no way that they could screw up, or there's no way that they had any right to screw up Chrysalis returning, because Chrysalis is cool. People liked Chrysalis. They made her return, and she's a pretty good character.
What did you like about the episode?
Loved the Changeling Hive. That was really cool. And I liked the way they set up that the main characters weren't themselves. A little bit weird. That was pretty neat.
Well, to be honest, I had to take a long look at this episode. A long, hard look. Wait a minute. These are Boulder references. You gave me a script full of Boulder references!
I really liked the Changelings castle. I thought that was cool.
I did like the change of pace in characters, especially not falling back to the usual main 6.
Yeah.
I really like the Changelings. I like that they came back. I don't like that they don't have Swiss cheese legs anymore. What am I gonna call them now? Bugs?
This was like really good to me. Like maybe because it like, just hit too close to home, but like, you know, that's what makes it good. That's what makes anything good, really. Like if you share a connection with something, that's what makes it good.
Good banter. Each character, like the interactions off everybody, like Trixie and Discord, they've never talked to each other, and their personalities make funny things happen when they have to get along.
I think Trixie was my favorite part of the episode. She made this episode for me.
I like that they brought back Chrysalis, but I feel like they probably could have brought her back better.
I like how they made the reformed villains like the main characters. The fact that Chrysalis is no longer went off to seek revenge pretty much guarantees a season 7, and at the end of season 7 she's going to be reformed, and she's going to transform into a radioactive moose. I should have said that.
Starlight trying to commune with Trixie and Discord, who are constantly arguing. Thorax was Thorax.
The dynamic between Trixie and Discord, because you got two of the most egotistical characters interacting. That was nice.
Really liked how they tried to make they made Discord vulnerable.
I like Starlight's character. I felt like she was kind of forced initially, but I'm warming up to her.
Because he's Discord. He's supposed to be all powerful. He's just screws around with everybody, but they limited his powers and forced him to be like everybody else, and that caused funny things. That was good. I liked Discord in this episode.
I always like Discord.
I liked that the stuff that frustrated me was instantly called upon. It was like the show was calling itself out. What did you dislike about the episode?
Much like the last big Changeling episode, the ending was a little corny and definitely rushed, but the setup in part 1 and all the various subplots they juggled around were very well done. They just had a couple moments of forced exposition and corny lines, which made me wince a bit.
The fact that we're just reforming everybody. We're not gonna have anyone left.
Princesses and all the main 6 and the entire goddamn town was overtaken by changelings, and there's no explanation as to how that happened.
In the season opener for season 7, are we gonna have Tarek show up and he's gonna be throwing daisies all over the place by the end of the episode?
The build-up was kind of weird because it was steering in one direction where it was like this weird dream sequence, and then it became about changelings all of a sudden. I was just like, oh, we're not doing Inception anymore. We're doing changelings.
To be honest, it was really underwhelming, like we said.
To make it make possible sense, and they did it off screen, and therefore it's forgivable. So I don't even know if I could say that I disliked that. This was a very likable episode.
We did the same thing as Candlelight Wedding.
Only slightly bigger with more princesses.
Yeah.
I guess I could talk about the changeling designs at the very end. Very weird.
The design of Thorax.
I couldn't stand what the reformed changelings looked like. Oh my gosh. Freaking OC reindeer bugs.
I mean, I liked them, but a lot of people might not. I don't know. This is hard to dislike things this episode.
There was no epic villain song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Trixie. I'm sorry, I just don't. She's a little bit too arrogant for me. Rainbow Dash is right on the cusp. I still like her. She's cool and she knows it. But Trixie, really? I don't know, maybe I just don't like magicians.
Overall, how would you rate the season 5 finale out of 10?
It's difficult to give an episode like this a rating because it's so different from all the other episodes. I guess if I had to give it a rating, I'd say a 7 out of 10.
Probably gonna be my lowest rating.
I'd honestly have to give it only a 4.
I think I would give this a 4 out of 10. I'm probably being a little harsh.
8. 7.5 to 8.
The good and bad balanced out pretty close to a 5.
I feel like a crazy person for saying this, but 9.
We at Fire Team Harmony have come up with a new rating scale.
That's right.
The Saber Spark Clothing Rating Scale. See, we base it off of what kind of clothing Saber Spark wears in congruence with how great we thought it was.
Just a basic 7 out of 10.
And I would give it a man in a well-dressed top hat. Unfortunately, he forgot the rest of the clothing, so he's kind of running around stark naked.
Yeah. I'm gonna rate it a casual Friday, but you kind of dressed a little too casual, like you're wearing like a band t-shirt from the 90s, and your boss is kind of looking at you a little disapprovingly. Not like he's gonna write you up, but I'm definitely thinking about you differently because you wore that instead of a nice polo shirt.
Wow, that bad?
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad.
You really didn't like this episode.
No, I didn't.
What was your favorite episode of season 6?
Season 6 had a lot of really sort of kind of meh episodes, but it also had a few standout ones. One that I like to cite is the Saddle Row review, which is the rarity one, like where she's trying to set up a shop and it's sort of told weirdly out of order because of the interview stuff, and it's like, that was unique, that was interesting, and I liked that one.
I enjoyed Buckball season. It really felt like it brought back the feel from older seasons.
Well, my personal favorite was the one where Twilight accidentally gets a puzzle piece stuck in her throat, and the man in the yellow hat has to take her to the veterinarians.
I really enjoyed the Saddle Row review. I think that was my favorite episode. That was my favorite episode of season 6.
I like the one where they poured liquid paper on a bee and it died.
The delivery, the way that they did like the interview style, I really enjoyed that.
Rainbow Dash gets a nickname from all her military buddies. And I like that one because as someone who is familiar with the military lifestyle, it was very accurate. And I think it rustled a lot of jimmies because people are like, well, they're being mean, but that's what it's like in the military. We fuck with each other because it's funny and we're friends. So that one touched me kind of personally, and I think it touched a lot of people that are in the military personally.
I hate favorite episode questions because I have a number of favorites for a number of different reasons. I like different episodes for different things. But I guess if I had to pick a favorite out of Season 6, I'd probably go with Saddle Row Review, just because of the non-linear storytelling they had going on there was really neat.
At the same time, the Season 6 finale, what we just watched, is also really good. Like, I'd probably sort of like compare them to, like, they're probably on par with each other. They're both good episodes.
Honestly, my favorite one was the one with Applejack and Fluttershy where they go to Las Vegas. I was kind of amused by the premise of that story.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
Isn't it obvious? What's my favorite Faults in Our Cutie Marks. Are you kidding me? If I have to explain why, then...
And then their butts did glowing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was a booty call. God, I hate myself so much right now.
What are your overall thoughts on Season 6? I don't think I disliked it as much as some people.
Well, honestly, because we took a more active role in the community with Season 6, I've been having a lot more fun with this one than the previous seasons.
I probably didn't like it as much as others.
I certainly have my gripes with the newer episodes and the new direction the writing is heading in. They have been playing things more safely, and whenever they do try something unique, it often lacks substance and uniqueness. But whenever they do try to do something, they go over the top, crazy pandering and all that. So basically, it's telling, not showing, which is similar to a low-budget sitcom. Of course, I consider myself a massive fan of the show. You shouldn't take my nitpicks too seriously. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with Season 6. It's just different. In my opinion, I don't even know if it's a bad thing yet. It's still something I'm trying to figure out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, call me biased, but I think being in Bronies React definitely improved this season for me. I don't know. It was nice. I felt like more of a part of the community in this season. And it was definitely a season of ups and downs. There were some like really, really great episodes, and then there were some episodes that were absolute dog shit, like this one.
I have no intentions of going anywhere. I still enjoy watching the show. And I'm excited that we have a Season 7.
It was a wonky season. Like, a lot of good things. A lot of meh things. Nothing horrible. I'll give them that. I'll give them this. There was nothing that I would say was obscenely horrible. There was some unique things. So, like, as I mentioned, the Saddle Row review. I like that one. And there's also, like, Gauntlet of Fire introduced a lot of dragon characters. 28 Pranks Later does a zombie thing, which is hilarious.
But Season 6 felt weak. It felt like there were more episodes that struggled than in past seasons.
It definitely happened. I mean, you know, it was a TV show, bunch of episodes, TV show that aired on the television and also on the internet.
We had a lot of writers, and I think it made some of the episodes jarring a bit to have so many different writers.
Hearth's Warming Tale is another one. That one's, it's Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol's cool. I like Christmas Carol. It didn't I'd personally say that it didn't do Christmas Carol as well as it could have done. But still, it was a musical, and the music in that I definitely enjoyed.
It was really fun because it seems like they're experimenting a lot more on like the different characters and different scenarios. So I kind of like that they were just like, let's not focus on the main six. What about Starlight Shimmer, Shim Sham, Glimmer guy, and Spike? I like him.
I'm not hating necessarily on what I've seen. Some of it's been underwhelming.
Is better than some of the other seasons and not as good as some of the others, you know? A solid season though.
Mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. I would still suggest to somebody who hadn't seen season 6 but had seen every other episode to still see season 6. There are definitely episodes that are worth it.
There were a lot of miscommunication episodes this year in the season, and maybe a little bit more variety on the struggles for season 7 would be nice.
New characters, good new characters, a lot of new animation expressions.
Oh god, my nose itches. Ah, this is the worst hell imaginable. Ah! Oh god. I can't scratch it. Ah! Oh.
Eventually. There was an ad break, holy shit.
You can. Ow! I kicked the table! Oh, Mother Teresa!
You butt!
And I got this art history.
Oh, it's a dead moth.
Thursday, and I got all these.
Chrysalis says, No, she doesn't say that. Yo, we didn't ask for your fucking sacks. Objection! I'm starting this joke again.
Essay questions that I could prepare for. I got all these key terms. I got all these artists. I got all these things that I have to memorize.
I'm listening.
And what do you think you're doing? And what do you think you're... God